Hello guys, today let's talk about Lab 6. You need to know how to write the data and how to read the data and how to analyze them. So let's try to run this program first. This is my form 1. So form 1 is used to write the data. So I'm going to write 20 data. And the low range is 5, high range is 15. Let's generate data. So that's all my data, which is between this range. Okay, I'm gonna save it. So it shows data saved. Then let's go to read data form. This is my form 2, which help me to read my data and analyze them. Let's just click analyze them directly. The minimum value is 5, the max value is 15, and the mean value is this value. So let's double check it. So this is my current folder. When I generate data, it will automatically in the debug folder. So let's go to the bin folder, debug. So this is my data. Let's open it. So you will see the minimum value is 5, which is correct. The maximum one is 15, which is here. And you can calculate the mean value to double check that. Okay, so let's talk about the code logic. This is the form 1. In the form 1, at first time, you need to declare n and none. N is the number of data, and none is the array to save your data. So first button, generate numbers. In the generate number button, first time you need to initialize your variables. So one is low, high, which is a range, and also message, which is used to display in the text box. And then get your low, high, from text box, the user input. After that, redeem your array. So now you have the number of data you need to generate. So you need to change the size of your array. So use n from 0 to n minus 1. Next one is to generate the random number. You need to build a for loop to do that. Inside of the for loop, make sure you use this formula to generate a random number in the range you set up. So random number times high minus low, and then plus low. And don't forget transform it to integer. After you generate your random number, you need to display your data. Build another loop to display that. I would like to display 10 numbers in each line. If I display 10 numbers, so I need to create a new line to display them. You can use this if logic to do that. I is my current index of my for loop. If I mod 10 is equal to 0, then I just create a new line by using VBCRAF. Otherwise, I just use VBTab to create my number in the current line. And after I accumulate my message, I put my message in the text box, the text. Okay, the next one is save data. We would like to write our data into a TXT file. So you need to use a file open, file close to do that. In file open, set up your file number and your data name. So I use data.txt. I didn't set up the path, so the path should be in your debug folder automatically. And open mode should be output because I need to write data. Also, you need to build a for loop. We still need to put 10 numbers in each line. So here's the difference. You can use if I plus 1 more 10 is equal to 0. And then write the data and write line. Write line means you create a new line. Otherwise, just write the data into this file. So the logic is, let's open this data first. The logic is if I'm writing the number 10 data, my I should be 9. So 9 plus 1 more 10 is equal to 0, which I made this if condition. Then I need to write a new line to continue to write my data. So which is here. After you save all data, notify the user it is saved. You can use label, message box, or text box detect. So I use a label here. Don't forget to use another button to go to your Form 2. Okay, let's talk about the Form 2, how to read the data and analyze them. Okay, first of all, you still need to think about what kind of variable you need to declare. The first line, I need to declare n, none, min, max. The n is the total number of data you need to read. None is your current data. Min and max is the minimum and maximum value. Also, you need to declare min value. We need to calculate, so which is a decimal. Another one is the data. When we read the data from text file, we get the data first, which is string type. And then I need to convert the string into number and put it into none. Okay, next one, I still need to use file open. So here, the open mode should be become into input because I need to read the data. First, you need to read your first data. So you can just use input file number data to read your first data as data and convert your first data into integer and put it in a none. And then initialize your variables. Because I have already read my first data, so n should be 1. The sum should be my first data, and I can assume my maximum value and minimum value is my first data. When I use a loop to compare my rest data with my current maximum value and min value, I can update them. Next one, read the rest data. So you can use do until EOF file number to read the rest data. There's something important. You need to build an if logic to skip the empty string. If the data you read is an empty string, you need to skip that. The reason we create the empty string is we would like 10 numbers in each line. At each time we create a new line, the system will automatically create an empty string. So which is here, write a line. This code creates an empty string. So we don't want to read that data. So that's why we need to build an if logic to skip that. If the current data is not equal to empty, which means I read a number. And first, convert the data into none. Find the maximum value, minimum value, accumulate sum. So you can use sum is equal to sum plus the current number. And also, don't forget count number. Each time you run this loop, don't forget type input file number data over here to read your current data. After I finish read everything, we need to calculate the mean. So mean is very simple, which is equal to sum divided by n. And then display your results. After finish doing that, don't forget close your file. You need to always remember that. Here is the tips. When you display your data or when you save your data, you need to build a for loop. So which should be from first index to the last index. My total number is n, so my last index should be n minus 1. My first index is 0. So make sure you always remember the last index is your total number minus 1. So that's all for the